I love watching all of your aired out reentries, and we've talked a little bit about those. Brent Little is the one who kind of got you into that.
Yeah.
If someone wants to figure that out, the aired out reentry, what kind of like mindset, maybe what I know it's hard to do it without like actually being out on the snow.
Sure.
But if we can like verbally talk through what that aired out reentry is all about, because it looks really good on film, doesn't it?
It's so much fun, dude. When you stick one, it's like, and they don't even have to be big, but when you stick one, it is the coolest feeling ever. You're like, did I really just do that? And then you look at your track and you're like, I put that track up there. That was me. Like, oh man, it's rowdy. It's so much fun. So kind of walking through it. It's all about the setup. The setup has to be good. You got to have some sort of a feature. I really like in McCall, there's pillows, there's rocks. So you end up with like some snow, maybe this tall or so, sticking off a rock, and you come into it, and that's your launch pad, I should say. Yep. So you hit that, and you just bounce, and you coast right over to your landing zone. So you need some sort of a lip, a good in run, some sort of a lip, and then ideally a steep landing that's soft. Is what you need. So when I'm thinking of when I'm scoping out a hit, I'm thinking, here's my in run, here's my launch pad. Now where am I going to land? Because as cool as it is to go up, you also got to come back down somewhere. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Just as you're coming down, I mean, most of your body is taking that hit in the snow, right?
Yeah.
Like at least your upper.
Sure.
Right?
So that's the biggest thing. You got to have a good landing and something that's not blown out too, because if you hit something 2-3 times, there's a bomb hole and it hurts. I had one last year where I kept just trying to get it, and I landed in my same track, and it hurt. It hurt my head.
So when you're not doing that and landing, in a track and it's just fresh. Describe that feeling. Is it like landing in a soft bedded, fluffy bed of?
It's rainbows and butterflies and unicorns, man. It's great. It's so cush. You don't feel a thing. I mean, you come into it, you hit that launch pad. A lot of times you're going to be pegged just to try and get that track to come around, and you're looking down at where you're landing, and you're like, oh, this looks good.
This is going to be good.
This is going to be good. And you stick it and you ride it out, and you're like, oh man, it's incredible. It's like your first kiss. You're like, wow. Maybe your first kiss wasn't as good, but I don't know. It's just
we need a headset. In your helmet.
Oh yeah.
For when you're doing those, so we can kind of get an idea of what you're saying.
Oh, it's a lot of woohoos and yeehaws. That's for sure. But there's nothing like it. I mean, it is so cool to be able to accomplish a maneuver like that.
What would you say is like you're not brand new to backcountry, you can get around in the backcountry and do those things. You're just not hitting some of these features. You're not sending it like this. Where would you say this aired out reentry as far as like skill level? Or like, is it something that like an intermediate backcountry sledder can kind of pick up?
Oh, sure.
And what is it once you do it once, is it like, oh, everything just clicked right there, and it's stuck in the brain, and so now when I do it again, I don't have to relearn everything just stuck. Is that kind of what it's like? Sure.
It's I love hunting. I talk about hunting all the time, but man, when you shoot your first elk or your first deer and you're like, I can do this.
Yeah.
Like, I got this. Or you land a job or whatever it may be. Some sort of pivotal moment in your life that you've been working really hard towards. If you can do it once, you can do it again.
Yeah.
I mean, it's an incredible feeling. I think the biggest thing, and something that Brent taught me, and I never even thought about it, but when you're sitting on your sled and you're in the air, you want to really clamp with your legs, clamp against the gas tank in your seat, and really just tuck yourself into the sled. And that's going to allow you to hold on versus like kind of bailing off early.
Getting flaily up there.
Yep. So no, intermediate rider can learn it. It's the right setup, and maybe that's part of it, is learning what is a good setup and what's not. Like, what's safe and what's dangerous. What's going to work and what's not, because you don't want to go straight up and have it just can block you. Essentially, that's nobody wants that to happen to them. So just knowing the right setup, I think, is crucial. But I think anybody can learn it.
Yeah.
You know.
Cool.